Right. So Mana will be talking about community building for authentic living today. So it's up to you. I give all the reins. You can start.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikon, for introduction. And also thank you for all your efforts and Melton as well to make this conference all together. It's beautiful and amazing. And since the last year, I have been seeing you. And at that time, you were still kind of in a confusion. And now I see you, boom. And also, thank you very much for inviting me to being here. I feel pleasure to join this conference and also share my first-hand experiences on community building and authentic living. I would also like to introduce myself. I'm Mana, and I'm a special and unique human being like you and everyone do. And I love nature, I love myself, and I love human being. I hope everything I do is out of love, and my being shines the glory of our common source. I ran a wellness community for Octave, and it's called Come-Unity, coming together to practice mindfulness for unity. And I also created the other two communities. One is Heartland, and the Heartland is based on an eco farm, actually a permaculture farm in Chongming Island of Shanghai, and it promotes eco living and alternative lifestyles regarding to urban living. And the other community is called Magic of Life. And the magic of life, the purpose of magic of life is to share love and life. So through sharing and being our authentic self, to live out love, we want to experience and witness the magic together. Let me share with you a video first. Nikon, can you play the video?
Okay, here we go.
Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for hearing.
Yeah, my name is Putu.
We will bring rice to people mostly in need who don't have enough money to buy rice.
Yeah.
We are on the road.
Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for love.
All right.
Thank you, Nikon, and thank you for watching. I also would like to thank my friend Sophie who created this video for me. By the way, before I continue, I would like to mention that I will have 20 minutes for sharing by myself, and then 15 minutes for leave a question and discussion. And if any questions pumping out in your mind, please send a text in the chat, and afterwards I'll come to them. And also I'll be open and leave time for discussion. Yeah, let me continue right now with the starting from the video. This video tells a story me being stuck in Bali by the end of March. And at that time, I have been travel since then. I have been travel for 2 months. I didn't have money left, and I don't have flights back. I was in a dilemma. So And then the friends in my community initiates donation for me. At that time, I was so embarrassed to receive their money. Then a friend told me, it's their love and appreciation. You feel uncomfortable because this time it's in form of money, but in nature it's the same. As I hear this and understand this, I was being able to open and receive their money and support. And then the other friend in the community, she have been living in Bali for quite a years, and now she moved back to Shanghai. She mentioned to me that probably there are many people in Bali that they don't even have money to buy their food. How about buying some rice to give out to them? Then I went to the supermarket, and then I bought the rice to give out the rice to local people in need. As I see the smiles on the local people's face, I felt so happy, and I felt honored that I was being able to pass on this kindness from my community. And as I was receiving love and then passing on love and kindness, me and the community, the love circling in our community, and we form a love alliance, and we enlight the love in others and in the world. So this is the story of a life of magic of life. The community members are all my friends there. We all surrounded by lover and family and friends, colleagues, and acquaintance. Nikon, please play the PPT. Yeah, as you see in the circle, that you are in the center, then outward is lover and family, then friends and colleague, acquaintance. You are in the center. If it's not out of your choice, you are their community leaders, and your being and your lifestyle will influence them. Okay, yeah. And how to make a positive impact on people, on people, friends around you. Let me tell you a story. Before I was consciously stepping into spiritual path, I was working on public welfare, on gender equality, youth empowerment, and environmental protection. After 2 years, I didn't know how much impact I brought on the society, and I felt like a lotus leaf floating on the water without a root. Then I was confused and lost. Then I stopped, and I came back to nature. I seek inside to explore inside. I found out that I wasn't sure about myself at that time, and I didn't believe in my own self-value. If I don't believe in myself, how can others believe in me? Then I chose the spiritual path. I chose to work on myself first. I chose to work on building up my inner power. By doing this way, the world, by embodiment of the power and love myself and believing in my own self-value, the words and the action coming out of me, it has the power and it's solid. And the other fact is that I was trying to think about how to change others, but in fact, I cannot change others. I cannot control other people. I cannot control their thoughts and their feelings. The only person I'm fully responsible is myself. And the change starts from me. Gandhi has a quote said, "Be the change you want the world to be." That's very true. Even if we live in the same city or the same house, we have different realities. It's you, it's me that create our individual reality. And everyone's reality together, it makes the collective reality. And if you live out your own ideal world, the environment, the world you want to be, if you be the living example of the person you want others to be, then you are the living example to others. Other people will be influenced by you naturally, and you create an energy field to whoever encounters you, and they will sense that they will naturally feel it and change it subtly. Then next question is that people and friends around us all scattered around in our life. How to gather them together as a community? I gather my friends together in the form of a group chat. I share my passion, share my life with them, and through sharing myself, I also hope and to see they also standing up for themselves like me. I'm being the living example, but I don't force anything. I don't force them to change. I just happily and naturally be myself, and the change naturally happens. I love healing work. I like writing, and I like reflections through daily events. I like dancing on the floor and in the water. And I share my passions with them. Then the next as they see them, I also hope they being inspired and being encouraged. They could see the new possibility. Yes, this is possible. This is living. This is lively. And the other natural ability is to building connections. And my next step will be, I will introduce my friends' gifts to the group so the other friends can refer to them for help. In this way, the connections building up between my friends. And also the other example is Nika. Nika first started from her own confusion. She was confused and she wanted to change her life. She wants to do something different. Then she started a circle sharing, circle discussion on confusions and life issues. Here you go. Now it's the Empower Healing Community and Empower Healing Conference. So it doesn't have to be something big. It's just starting from you. Starting from you, feel inside yourself what feels natural for you and what's your passion. Share with them, share to the world, and the world will be blessed by you, by your gifts. Okay, thank you for your attention and listening. Let me check the questions. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen any questions on the chat.
Have you
and feel free.
Stephen sharing?
Yeah.
Have you seen when Stephen shared about money?
Oh, indeed. Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with you, Steve. And I think money is neutral. It depends on us how to use that. Yeah. And the other question?
About the eco village. It's also something that the place I'm still about to visit, but maybe you can share a little about it.
Yeah, you can contact me personally, and also we have WeChat public account, but it doesn't update frequently. Better just contact me, and because right now I'm still in Bali, and I will connect you with the farm owner, so you can visit them directly.
Can you maybe share a little bit about the whole community there? Because I think there is also an interesting story about how it kind of is organized and what's happening there. What is it for?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for the community at Heartland, it's not people living together. It just by over the weekend, I will organize a community from Shanghai, bring them to the eco farm, to the permaculture farm. So we just like staying together for over the weekend to experience alternative lifestyles. We do like cooking together, getting veggies, or practice farming, or just some retreats, meditation retreats, or plant-based retreat. So for now, ideally I would like to help people just living together as a common living lifestyle, but it's not realistic right now. It cannot, because of government policy. So right now, just like a group by group coming here to experience nature and farming lifestyle, or just do some retreats. Give yourself some space and time in the nature. Did I answer your question? Yeah, cool. Thank you. And I would like to hear your feedbacks. Do you have some comments or any thoughts pumping out to you? Let's open up for discussion. What was the trigger? What was the trigger for you to change? That's a very good question. I can tell another story, a long story. I'm making sure. I think from when I was very young, I was brought to church by my family, and at that time there was a voice pumping out to me that you are Jesus, you are Jesus. And then in the beginning, I just took it. I just okay. I didn't have a reaction. And then afterwards, after I hear the preach from the church, from the priest, I was like, no, this is not true. Stop that! Stop that! And then later on, as I growing older, I had an impression that there was a word pumping out, impressing in my mind, that it talks about that some people lives, but they already died. Some people die, but they still live. And I want to be the later part. So through my past, it has been following that till my college and university, I've been thinking about how to make my life eternal. And so I jumped into the public welfare to serve others, to serving others. And after working on public welfare, then I changing to working on spirituality myself, and also share with others. Actually, I realized, oh my God, I have been seeking for eternity, but actually we are eternal. We are already eternal. The core inside of ourselves, it doesn't die. Our body dies, but the consciousness, the soul in us, it never dies. So we just be ourselves. Yeah.
I also have a question in a sense of how do you manage to kind of let go of that need for security and safety in many ways, right? Because you have to really be kind of vulnerable in so many ways, even like right now, you know, when traveling and asking for help, and before that as well, I think. How did that change or transformation happen, and maybe still happening?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I would say, like in the beginning, as I leave Shanghai, leave the city, moving to nature, I need to let go a lot of things. But at that time, I just focus on, okay, right now I need my own time and space, and I want to explore the bigger reality than society. And then I start to think about, what do I need to prepare myself for space and time, and I don't want to spend much time in earning money. And then I have that, I plant the seed in my mind, and then it's interesting. I cannot explain. It's interesting how universe works. When you want something and you make a wish, then plant the seed, and just everything coming to nurtures the seed, and it grows, and it just come to you in an unexpected way. Also right now, as the case of receive help from my friends, it was difficult for me in the beginning. I was like, oh no, this is so embarrassed. But at that time, I was in a dilemma. I have no way out, and I have to receive. Even though I click the red envelope, but inside of it, disturbed, and then I start to look inside of myself and to see what's going on. And I realized for a long time, since my teenager, and I've been struggle all alone by myself. If there's difficulties, I just I'm gonna do this. I figure a way out. And this was the time I didn't choose that. But it's like universe put it on me, and I have to go through that. And that's a lesson from the universe. And I will share one last word, is that like sometimes everything happens. It doesn't. You don't know. You might not know that what's going on right now. Like what happened? Why this come to me? But it's okay. Gonna be fine. Just be patiently going through that event, and the purpose will show up. Will show up as you experience that with patience and trust. Yeah, I got a question about the opening up mind for Christian young people, and do I still go to church? But actually, I stopped going to church since my teenager, and it's caused a big conflict with my family. But right now, at that time, I was no, I was pushing away the traditions that at that time I didn't feel comfortable about what the church has been preached and put on me. I didn't feel freedom. I felt being restrained. But as I go on with my path, I realized that I'm being more open. I also open to Christian right now because I realized that everything is love, and the core of Christianity is love. And as we live out that love, it doesn't matter what religion or it doesn't matter what we believe in. It's just the core. Yes. Feel free. Questions and comments? Yeah. All faiths are potential paths to source. We are one. Yeah. And I also share a recent story with my family. And my mom, like when I post something on my moments, my mom always come to me and talk with me, in a way that want to pull me back into her expectation. And I remember last time, a few weeks ago, the Sunday, it was a global meditation, and I posted widely, spread it widely into community and my moments, and my mom saw it. My mom said, "No, this is superstition. You shouldn't do that." And I was like, "What?" I asked my mom, "Mom, stop. Ask your heart. This is all about love. How come the God will against that? God is love."
What did she say in the end? How did she react to that?
She kind of said, "Oh, okay," and then she like, if you do praying, I will agree. But she kind of, I sense that by her answer, I sense that she knows what I'm talking about. She also believes that, but just like she still sticks to that the Christian form. How many time we left?
We
6
have
minutes?
6 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wonder, like, because you're part of, like, you organize and you're part of quite a few communities. And in Shanghai, we do really have, I think, quite a few, and you manage and lead a few. Do you kind of, are they all kind of one to you? Do you feel that it's all big community to you, or do you still feel that, oh, this one is this way and this one is this, like it's sort of like still disconnected a little bit?
Yeah. I, they are all one to me because they all coming out to me. They are my lifestyle. So the eco farm, I live in that way. I live myself in a green way, and the Octave Wellness Community, I practice meditation and mindfulness, holistic healing myself. So they're also part of me. I just share my life and magic of life, and it consists of by my friends. And what I just share freely in the group about my daily reflections, about my passions. Yeah. So so they three all kind of it's a part of for me. It's natural for me. And I like before I was working on nonprofit organization and social enterprise. I see many organizations they promote for one idea, but inside their organization they do it differently. And I personally I don't buy that. No. If you can do yourself, if you can practice yourself, and what you promote, you just speaking, saying. And any questions that about building up your own community? Do you have some thoughts and how you want to start?
I have, is there any question personally for you, or can I ask one?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
What does it take to build a successful community? Sorry, I don't have a good answer for that. I just share my personally. I believe I believe community is about the people. So it's also about the connections. And as a community leader, we cannot force anything to others. We can I can share myself, but I cannot expect others to change or to follow me. But the best way, or the best way I think is be the living example. And then you are happy yourself, and then others are happy by themselves, and they see you, they see the different possibilities. And then if everyone in the community, they happily being themselves to live out their passions, so much possibility could show up, and it's colorful and fruitful.
Maybe I can ask another actual question coming back to, there's also a quick question from Steve. Yeah. So you said that with communities, right? Like it's still about, it's sort of, you build your own thing, right? Like it's the energy of people coming together. It's sort of like you build something else, right? You build something together. How do you feel, and maybe you can talk a little bit about, there's still sometimes people who come into communities who have resonating, like very different energies maybe, right? And then maybe they don't sort of fit there, or they can disturb maybe that, like how, and at the same time, it's not about influencing others, right? It's just creating the space. So how do you kind of, I don't know, maybe like work with it, or make sure that it's still kind of that kind of energy of kind of unified energy is unified?
Yeah. That's a very good question. I would say, firstly, give it some space, because to see what's going on, what happens with that person, and what's going on in the community, and how that person influence the community feel. And then and also check inside yourself, like what causes you like feel uncomfortable, and what feelings and thoughts are rising up. Or maybe sometimes maybe your like it's out from you. And then just listen inside, see, oh, what's going on, how do I feel, what I think. And starting from here, starting from this place, come to that person, then talk with him, speak your truth. I think I also get a few more questions on the chat.
Yes, and
let me check. Thank you, Boyan, Joseph, for your comments and your sharing. Can you envision how the eco-village concept can grow to accommodate most of humanity? Is that even possible? That's a big question. Sorry, I don't have an answer for that. I'll share my personal experiences. So right now I live in the village of Chongming Island, and I practice the green lifestyle myself. And then friends around me just they come visit me, and they say, oh, I also want to live like this. And they like few friends just move into the village. And in this way, like it's out of their own choice. So they choose to live this kind of lifestyle. I would say I believe my personal belief in the community is naturally forming together. That it's not me or someone say, hey, let's do this. It might be the case. There are some cases like that, but for me, I would like to see everyone happily have their own life. And then naturally, as we coming together, we share something together. Okay, I hope that give you some insights for you to this question, but maybe not so much. Do you think it's possible to have an urban-based eco-village instead of a more common farm-based eco-village? Sorry, I also don't have a question. I don't have answer for this. Again, I would say personally, our life is by our choice. That feel inside yourself what the lifestyle from you who like, and starting from you, and build and create the lifestyle you want. It's actually not that difficult. And universe, trust me, universe will bring you resources if you really want it. And just give it time, be patient, and trust that everything happens for a reason. There's always a purpose behind. Okay, thank you all. I think it's time.
It is time, yes. I think we can wrap it up and have a 5-minute break. And also, just a quick thing that, Steve, if you decide to start an urban eco-village, count me in. Once again, thank you so much, Mana, for this beautiful, beautiful conversation and talk and inspiration. So I think we'll wrap it up here. Yes, you can share also your contact details or talk to people in the WeChat group. We can also do it on Facebook. And